Welcome to the Rotisserie Chicken Podcast. As always, I am the birthday boy.
And I'm the birthday girl.
And Anna is the birthday girl.
We got 2 birthdays coming up on RCP. It's our birthday month. We do celebrate all month. You're going to have to excuse my voice. I'm getting over a cold, but guess what? I still like to party, and that's why we are bringing you a podcast.
Well, and let's correct the record. Anna likes to celebrate for a month. I don't really celebrate.
It's a birthday month. Who doesn't like celebrating for a whole month?
Anna's like, it's my birthday month. I get to evade taxes and rob banks, and nobody can stop me.
Just chaos incarnate for one whole month.
We're going to keep our birthday secret. That way no one can, steal our identities. But when this podcast comes out, it'll be very close to our birthdays.
Yes, I think they're in, a week? 2 weeks? I can't do math.
Anna, for a brief moment, we're the same age.
For a brief moment, we're the same age, 25.
For 2 days, we're both going to be 25 this year.
25.
So, I'm not going to rock...
Contrary to popular belief.
I'm not going to rock these sunglasses the whole time because I won't be able to read any of my notes. But today, we have a fun-filled... We have a fun-filled... birthday adventure. We're gonna do birthday traditions and from around the world.
Yeah,
we did need little
we need something to like pop and explode and cause like strike fear in our cats.
We could suck helium out of these balloons at the end.
Yes. Oh, I'm all for sucking shit out of balloons.
Do you have any family birthday traditions or anything like that?
Yes, avoid each other. I'm just kidding. No, we actually don't. I mean, I don't know. We just go out to eat. We do. And see, this is why when you presented this idea for a podcast to me, I was a bit confused at first because I didn't know there were a ton of birthday traditions. It's not like a national holiday like with Christmas or Easter or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I just thought that traditions were kind of family dependent. And I know mine is just, most people in my family are just depressed to be older. And I hate to say that. Yeah. But I mean, is it that way with yours? Like usually they're just like,
No. We're a big, like, you get a dinner and a movie.
A dinner and a movie. Well, yeah, I mean, ours is kind of similar. It's like...
So you pick the dinner spot, and you pick, like, what movie we're going to go see, and that's the tradition.
Yeah, that's the American dream.
When we were really little, my mom would get each one of the kids a present, so we weren't sad that we weren't getting presents.
Oh, but did that kind of suck, though, for you?
No, it's like I would get, like, 20 presents, and then, like... Sydney and Keenan would get like one small gift, or I would get one small gift on like Keenan or Sydney's birthday.
That's very sweet.
But one day it just stopped because we were old enough to like understand it wasn't our birthday, and we were like, "What gives?
Yeah,
where's my present for it being Keenan's birthday?"
Yeah.
So
I think next time you call your mom on one of your siblings' birthdays and being like, "Hey, where's my Venmo, lady? Where's my Venmo? It's Keenan's birthday."
I also it's a tradition that I do, but I call my mom on my birthday and I wish her a happy birthday because, let's be real, she did most of the work that day.
I always wish my mom a happy Labor Day.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do nothing. I just got squirted out.
Well, I guess you're right.
What did you do on your birthday?
The legend has it, is what I had been told in my youth, was that once I evacuated my mother fully, I then gathered my own umbilical cord and chewed it loose, and then flung myself down onto the floor, scampered off into the nearest hallway bathroom inside the hospital ward, jumped inside the toilet, and tried to press the flush button to flush myself back down into the sewage system.
And this was a fun little story they would share each Anna's birthday. They'd be like, "This is what you tried to do."
Yeah. And I said, hey, I'm still trying to do that.
To this day, I gotta hold her away from bathrooms on her birthday.
I just wanted to go back to the underneath,
The before.
Yeah, I don't think I was ready for this world.
I agree with that.
You know? I mean, I don't know. I've had a lot of time to practice. Do you think I've gotten any better at being in this world?
Yeah, definitely.
Am I doing okay? Am I, like, convincing everyone?
Used to be way worse.
Yeah.
So, that's good.
Yeah, you did.
Well, let's get on to our. Let me take these sunglasses off because I can't see anything, and let's put my birthday glasses, my real birthday glasses, on. All right. So first, we're gonna go off of some like birthday, like how they measure birthdays. And you know, for us, it's like the day we're born, that's 0, and then when we have our first birthday, that's 1. We're 1 years old.
Yeah. Took me a long time to get that concept.
But in China, when you are born, that is your first birthday. So a child starts at 1 and then becomes 2 on their second birthday. So you have like a gestation. So it's like I guess they would believe life begins at conception if your first birthday is the day you're born.
I was operating under the Chinese system for a long time and growing up. Because I always was like, there's no way that I am, like, I thought my first birthday was my second. Like, I was under the Chinese rule.
Well, that makes sense.
I just was.
You seem like the type. Also, so the Chinese calendar is a lunar calendar. So sometimes they'll have 2 separate birthdays. They'll have like a solar birthday and then a lunar, which is a shorter year. So then they'll be older again when they count their lunar birthdays. And a lot of Asian countries have lunar birthdays as well as solar birthdays.
We should figure out what ours are. How do you figure that out for the audience? Is it just the Chinese lunar?
I think we would just calculate how many lunar years there have been since we were born. I can't say it.
You're killing me with these pronunciations.
Quit making fun of me. Okay, so moving on. Vietnam and Japan both have these similar traditions when it comes to celebrating your birthday.
Uh-oh.
So Japan and Vietnam still does it, but Japan has kind of started moving to the Western idea of celebrating a birthday on the day that you were born. But up until the 1950s, Japan would just celebrate everybody's birthday on New Year's, which does make it seem like that's why the Asian New Year's are so much more of a party, because it's also your birthday.
I know. I always wanted to go to one. It seems so fun.
Japan also has a tradition where they celebrate the ages 3, 5, and 7 way more intensely, and it's called Sichi Go San, which literally translates to 7, 5, and 3. Do you know why?
No.
Because kids used to die all the time. So when you made it to 3, they were like, this one might make it. And then when they made it to 5, they were like, you might be in the clear. And then when you made it to 7, they were like, I think this one might grow up to be an adult.
People just, like, either you'd like get something had happened to you before 3 or before 5 or before 7.
Well, it's just like half of your kids. So
it's just a major achievement if you made it past.
Yeah, it was a major achievement if you made it out of like early childhood. Oof. What's crazy is you don't know that they're literally celebrating the fact that you didn't die young. All right. Well, did you know in North Korea, if your birthday falls between December 17th and July 8th, you just don't get a birthday. It's because
it's North Korea sucks balls.
No, if it falls on those days, not between, falls on December 17th or July 8th, is because that's when Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il died. So once they died, they were just like, nobody gets birthdays on this day.
Dude, North Korea is the worst. So what do? Do you make up another day to celebrate?
I mean, really,
pretend like you...
What are you celebrating in North Korea anyway? You know what I mean? Like,
not life.
You're like,
North Korea sucks, dude.
Happy birthday, you get a split a potato.
What can we do about North Korea?
Nuke it.
Let's figure this out right now.
All right, scratch this entire episode. We're solving the North Korean crisis.
Hey, Kim Jong-un, you listen to me. All right? Let people celebrate their birthdays, okay? Let people celebrate their birthdays and stop sucking. Stop sucking. All right, I just solved it. We might get that.
Well, this next one is a little bit worse, but at least you don't live in North Korea.
Worse than Kim Jong, dude. Kim Jong, dude.
The pod is about to get nuked. In Bhutan, I hope I'm saying that right. In Bhutan, they have no birthdays. They're basically the Jehovah Witnesses of countries. Nobody gets a birthday.
Yeah. Jehovah Witnesses can't celebrate it, right?
They don't celebrate birthdays.
So depressing.
They don't celebrate any celebrations. They think it's like prideful. It's disrespectful.
If I were friends with a Jehovah Witness, I would like show up and like coyly slip a little like
birthday cake to them.
Yeah.
Like this is just a cake for no reason.
Slip a little birthday card in their pocket and be like, oops.
And then they die and they end up going to hell because you slipped them that birthday card.
No, I would accept that onto my soul.
Jehovah's like, if you look at the tape, you had a birthday card in your pocket. And they're like, I didn't even accept it. They're like, doesn't work.
My soul would accept that sin for them.
Would you rather live in Bhutan, which I just heard of today, and have no birthdays?
Never heard of it.
Or North Korea and get a birthday?
I don't know anything about Bhutan, but is it near North Korea?
It's nearer than...
You don't even know where it is, do you?
I have no idea.
Google where it is.
Oh, Mariah, pull up where Bhutan is.
If it's going to be equally as shitty as North... I mean, no way North Korea, but...
Oh, it looks nice. It looks nice.
Google does Bhutan suck? Oh, it's right near Nepal
it's right
and
next to
Bangladesh.
Tibet. Yeah, I'd rather do Bhutan.
Yeah,
Bhutan. We're going to go Bhutan.
For sure.
We're going to go no birthday in Bhutan.
Sorry, North Korea, but...
Sorry, North Korea. Sorry, Kim Jong fucking dangling. All right. So we're moving into birthday foods.
My favorite, honestly.
You may be wondering where the birthday cake comes from. It actually began in the 1700s as a German tradition during Kinderfests, which is basically just child party, where they would celebrate by making these like sweet, sweet sugary cakes. And in the 1800s, when the Industrial Revolution boomed and commodities kind of grew, it kind of just spread everywhere that it was just like, this is what you did. You got a birthday cake.
Dang. The German in me knows that too. Birthday, I will tell you, and I, if you listen to this podcast, you know I don't eat a lot of birthday cake, but birthday cake is maybe my favorite food ever.
Birthday cake is Anna's favorite flavor.
Well, I mean, I just love cake. I freaking love cake.
If there's like a gluten-free birthday cake option, she snags it.
I love cake. I just do.
But you'd be surprised that some countries don't really do birthday cakes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. She's not surprised. Beans is surprised. Beans is surprised.
It seems like a very like American thing.
Western.
Did your family, when you guys had birthday cakes, did you go to
we still have birthday cakes. we didn't stop that.
Did your family go to... We had Kroger where we're from, which is the South, but did you go to...
Dixie.
Let me finish. Did you go to get the like bakery ladies at like the cake place at the grocery store to decorate your cake, and you'd be like, put this on it, put the little like Lion King. I got like Lion King cakes a lot.
When my mom was shopping, my favorite thing to do was to go to the bakery and look at that book of like shittily laminated pictures of what you could. For my 18th birthday, we did a crossover cake where it was Batman and Scooby-Doo, like the Batman Scooby-Doo episode.
Scooby Man and Bat Dude.
What was funny is I was like in the army, and I was like, let me get a Scooby-Doo and a Batman cake.
Well, Jacob, you had Batman sheets when we first started dating, and you were a grown adult man.
I had a Batman comforter, which is slightly different.
Not better, maybe worse.
I don't know if that's true. But moving on. Birthday foods. In China, they have longevity noodles. Huge dish of extra chewy noodles, which is supposed to promote extremely long and symbolize a lengthy life. The noodles are made chewier, uncarbonated, using carbonated rather than flat water. Oh, Anna would like that. Anna would like some carbonated water noodles.
I like my noodles al dente.
But that's what
Chewy means done all the way.
No, chewy.
Soft.
No. Chewy means undercooked. Al dente is chewy. The more cooked, the softer they're going to be.
No, I like them really soft.
Oh, you like them really soft.
Mushy.
Al dente means that they're like not cooked all the way. They're half cooked. You know what? This is just Anna making fun of me on my birthday.
They call it al dente in Bhutan.
They I'm a traditionally trained Italian chef. And it's al dente.
This episode's off the rails.
It's our birthday.
Whatever. We get to do whatever the frick we want.
Anna almost didn't want to do this episode.
We get to do whatever we want.
She wanted to keep to our schedule, and we were supposed to do fairies, which is going to be our next one. And I was like, what if we do our birthdays? And she was like, it's not on the schedule. We can't.
If anybody out there can't deviate from schedules and what you have planned, let me know, because it might be diagnosed as autism at some point later in life.
Which is funny that we're together, because I am so no schedule, wing it, whatever the world may take me. That's what I like to do. And Anna's like, what are you going to do every second of the next 4 hours? And I'm like, I have no idea. I generally have no idea.
Well, I think, not to veer off topic, but just to wrap this up, I think if you were extremely regimented and scheduled like me, we'd probably just argue about what the schedule actually was.
Yeah.
Because you'd have a schedule in your head and I'd have the schedule in mine, and it would need to match.
Anna likes to bring me the itinerary for our day off. She's like, this is how we're going to relax. And I'm like, I don't do that.
We relax by not ever relaxing. That's what I do.
Perfect. Moving on. In the Netherlands, they have natural fruit desserts as an alternative to like the buttercream icing yellow cake.
That sounds good.
The Valet, I'm not pronouncing that right, is a huge circular fruit tart, up to 1 foot long and wide, often filled with apricots, red berries, and plums. So I guess the larger the size, the more full of life you're supposed to be kind of imparting with your dessert. I will say, as we go down the line, everybody else's options for birthday celebrations are healthier than ours. It's like noodles, fruit tarts.
Right, and I think that might be evident if you ever visit another country outside of the United States. There's, a marketable reduction in tard, lard, and fard.
I don't know why the next one.
Need to cut that.
I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna listen to it. We'll cut everything out that sucks. I don't even know why this is in here, but it says, ever want a pie with your name on it? It's pretty common for Russians to get a personalized pie on their birthday. Which...
But it has meat in it.
Well, I mean...
But it's like a freaking... like.
Why even mention this? All our birthdays, I think it's because they used to not get anything. They used to not get anything.
The pie is just filled with liquid vodka. Wouldn't that be kind of tight, though?
Just Jello shots of... vodka.
There's like bear droppings and vodka in there. Listen, don't cancel me. I'm sorry. I love the rest of the world.
She does.
In America, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Just joshing.
But in South Korea, they have a healthy dish of seaweed soup. Stewed ocean greens are a common ingredient throughout popular Korean cuisine. They often add chicken and beef. This just sounds like regular Korean food. They're just like, happy birthday, it's regular dinner.
Korean food's great, though.
They also add nourishing vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin A, B, and C, with calcium and iron.
Health.
Yeah. But...
we don't do that.
You know who is kind of like the Southern Americans? Australians.
Oh, yeah. There's an Australian level of... redneck, I feel like, that is, it's like white trash with an accent, you know?
Yeah.
And
they're definitely like the
more dangerous animals.
They're like the British white trash. The white trash British.
Well, there's a British version of white trash as well.
We're going to get canceled so hard. Who knew the birthday episode was going to be the one that ruined our
This is the one
careers?
that's the most controversial.
But Australians have something called Australian fairy bread. It's classic.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
So they basically just take sliced white bread and they cover in butter and then hundreds of sprinkles.
Yeah. Don't you like how this is coming full circle back to the fairies?
Yeah, I guess we did. We hit a fairy note.
I've heard of fairy bread, and it's like the poor man's birthday cake, maybe?
Well, shots fired at the Australian.
Hey, listen, fire your shots back at me, bro. I got my vest.
I feel like it is funny that we were like birthday cakes, and then everybody else's was healthy, and then we got to the Australians, and they were like, smother white bread with just sprinkles and butter.
Sliced kangaroo.
It's just Wonder Bread.
Yeah, I mean, I think objectively, I know that Wonder Bread is pretty sweet. So I would...
You remember from a decade ago?
I do. I remember vividly.
Wonder Bread is pretty sweet.
And so I would imagine that it's probably good.
Yeah, I bet. We should try it. And then you can poop yourself for like 2 days straight.
Nah, it's okay.
All right.
That's a North Korea thing.
Right. Well, let's move on to our birthday rules. So in Germany, it's considered... Oh, Germany and Greece. In Germany and Greece, it is considered bad luck to wish anybody happy birthday before their exact birthday.
Wow.
Any sooner is a faux pas. Which would ruin Anna's whole birthday month.
Now I feel so self-conscious about this outfit.
It does seem very German to be like... You're like, oh, hey, happy birthday, Sven. And they're like, it's 9, it's not my birthday yet. And you're like, well, wait. Well, when is your birthday? It's like, it is in 3 hours and 32 minutes. You're like, oh, okay, well, I will wish you. It's like, I was born at the 9:45. That is the only moment I will accept birthday wishes is at 9:45.
That 1 60-second window.
All right, moving on. Unlike the United States, in Germany and other European countries, it's actually the tradition that the person who's celebrating the birthday buys drinks for their friends.
I think I've heard this.
So rather than, it's your birthday, so I guess you got birthday money, so you're buying us our drinks.
There's something really wholesome about that because it is a celebration of life, and I feel like you can't celebrate life without having gratitude for the people around you, and I do. So I totally like that, but I do kind of empathize with anybody who's feeling really poor on their birthday where they're like, I don't have the money to do this.
Birthday money has saved my life, and if I had to like turn around and buy like my buddies drinks,
I know,
I'd be like, this is rent. This isn't birthday money. This is...
Do you know, and I wish I had a little graph that I could hold up. Look at this graph. But of how many times I've used birthday money to pay my bills.
Every year.
I mean, it's like the majority of times I just pay a bill that I have to pay with birthday money.
Like 5 years ago, my mom gave me money to help buy a bicycle because I wanted to get into bicycling, and I just paid bills. No bicycle.
Yeah.
So.
Classic story.
I will say, the more I'm getting through our list, it seems like American birthday is like all about me. And then other people, and like not healthy. It's like, we eat fatty cakes and it's all about me and it's my month. And then everybody else is like, we will eat fruit and seaweed and we will help our friends. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What does that teach you though? I think there's a lot of lessons to be.
That we're number one and that's how we celebrate being the fucking best. USA.
I don't
USA.
know.
All right.
I don't know. America gets a bad rap, but deservedly.
And continuing along that same line, in Germany and some other parts of the world, you'd actually bake the cake for your friends as well. So that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
My friends would have to let that one go. So
in Italy, it is considered rude to not immediately unwrap a gift that you were given. So if someone shows up to your party and they go, oh, hey, I got this for you. And you go, oh, thanks. And then you just put it off to the side for later.
That's rude.
That's a no-go, baby.
It's like disregarding it.
Yeah, you got to open it up and let them see that reaction, which is my favorite part of giving gifts. Is I want to get that little nugget of dopamine when I like...
Dopamine. Hey, dopamine is a completely different thing than dopamine.
Dude, I got some dopamine for you.
You'll have to
Maybe we'll keep the camera rolling. This would be Patreon. Remember we talked about our Patreon being like us doing like dirty stuff. Patreon, it's like, hey, their podcast is pretty good, but when you go to their Patreon, it's just dirty stuff. Not for real.
$500 a month subscription fee.
But So our tradition, when you go to a party, there's like a gift table, and you just load up that table, and then you hit it all at once.
I have to say something.
Go ahead.
This made me think of, and I don't know why this made me think of it. You know those YouTube videos where it's an adopted parent or adoptive parent surprising the kid with the adoption papers, and it's usually like a birthday.
I like to run through like 20 of those right after I got done watching like Soldiers Coming Home.
I don't know why that made me think of it, because it's a very sentimental and sweet moment, but it's always timed very specifically, where you sit the kid down and you hand him the folder, and he's like,
he goes, "What's this? Yeah, what's this?
You adopted me."
They do it both ways, where like the stepdad will be asked to like adopt their stepkid, and they're like, those are, I'll tell you right now, 4 things that I like to watch on the internet.
So wholesome. I
like to watch colorblind people get those glasses that let them see color. I like watching that. I like watching
Are you getting emotional right now?
No. I like watching soldiers come home without telling their family members.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like people finding out that they're either getting adopted or they're asking to be adopted by a parent. And I also like to watch disabled people get their like prosthetic limbs.
Yeah.
Those are I'll jam on that for like an hour straight.
I like to watch the animal videos where the animals can't use their legs and they get wheels. and then they can run along really fast with their wheels with their other dog friends.
Did you see that?
In their dog park.
Did you see that meme where it was the dog had front wheels and back wheels? It was just basically being dragged on skates, and like the meme was like, "Let that man go to God."
And then it said, "This one needs to go to God." I don't know what y'all are doing. That's. I mean, I guess that counts as a dog with a wheel, but I like the uplifting ones.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into our birthday activities. So this first one, very common. I mainly just like that everybody knows, but I mainly put it in there just because of the wording and the traditional sense, because it is now kind of questionable.
Okay.
So in Latin America, many people may know that the 15th birthday, also known as the quinceañera, is a big celebration for mainly females having their quinceañera. It's a huge to-do. It's basically, they'll put like the wedding level of... I went to a quinceañera when I was in high school of a friend of mine, and her dad like rented a Rolls Royce, and we had to be in suits. It was wild.
I mean, there is just as much as weddings are, sometimes more.
It's huge.
Like $100,000.
But
they're a lot.
It's the religious and social recognition of womanhood.
At 15?
Yeah, well... You know what I mean? Which me, like...
I think I thought that when I turned 15.
Yeah,
but I was grown.
But that's where it comes from, is that it's like... That's why it's such a big wedding kind of thing, is because after that, back in the day, 16th birthday was a marriage.
Well, let me ask you this, though. So in South America, what's the age of consent? Is it
that's
young?
A big area. I'm sure...
Well, I mean, like, quinceañera is mainly Mexico, right?
I think it's a lot of Latin America. But Mexico's the big one, yeah.
So would it... So you could get married at 16?
I mean, you get married at 16 here with parental consent.
I'm talking about your own agent. Your own representative.
I don't know. I mean, I would have to go down every Latin American. It's not a monolith.
Well, I figured, Mariah could look it up.
Yeah, well, Mariah's off this week.
It's Mariah's birthday month, too.
It is Mariah's birthday month as well. But we're not going to let her be on camera or celebrate it. She knows her place.
Yeah. Which is, serving us eternally.
So, also in Latin America, primarily Mexico, they have the piñata tradition, where you would have a paper mache wrapped critter, often a donkey or some other cartoon character, or even politicians, filled with treats, candy, and you would just smash their little cute faces in.
So violent.
It's believed that it originated with Aztec culture, where they would decorate and break clay pots to celebrate the birth of an Aztec god, who I will not even try to pronounce their name.
You know what this would be such a fun way to end this episode is just record ourselves
doing a piñata.
Beating the ever living crap out of a piñata.
That looks like Mariah. We're like, bah, 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 bah.
No, I couldn't. I would feel so horrible.
Keeping with Latin America, there's also a tradition known as the bite, or in Spanish, mordida, but where the birthday person receives their cake, and as they blow out their candles, you smash their face into the cake. And then everybody goes, mordida! I've definitely seen videos of people getting their face smashed into their cake, and I'm just now realizing that 90% of them were, like, Hispanic or Latino people. And then now I know that's why. I thought they were just meaner than us.
That would make me so frustrated, because this is the same dilemma with somebody smashing cake in your face at a wedding. Is you've spent a long time doing your hair. You've spent a long time doing your makeup. Now, someone smashed your face in a cake. All of that's ruined. And oftentimes, those things cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Ours did.
Yeah. It's going to be expensive.
It's going to be expensive. We should film and do a podcast at the wedding.
Our guests would love that.
Be like, hey, guys, we're, for our 50 followers.
We could film some stuff.
We'll film some stuff. We'll put it up. Yeah. We'll put it up on the.
We'll like animate a little rotisserie chicken up walking around the venue.
We'll have like someone dressed as a rotisserie chicken to be the ring bearer.
Honestly, that'd be sweet.
I mean, Violet would do it. She would love it. She'd tiz them out.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites. In old tradition in parts of Germany, men who are still single by their 30th birthday have to dress in drag and go sweep the city hall steps until a virgin kisses them.
Where is this?
Germany.
Germany's getting weird. They lose one war all of a sudden.
So
it's getting super weird.
That's the thing. Germans are a weird. Like, this is the thing.
I'm mostly like, my DNA is like 50% German, so maybe that's what it is.
I feel like most like European white countries are like super similar. Germany, UK, or not Germany, America, Canada, Australia, England, Scott, all that kind of stuff like that. But for some reason, Germans and the Russians they got their own thing going on. They got a lot of they got their own, I don't know why they're so different from all of us. Maybe because they were different empires. Like the Holy Roman Empire, Russian Empire, but then that whole...
I think it was the schnitzel. The schnitzel and the beer.
The schnitzel got to him?
So was it by 36 you had to... or like
No, 30. By
30.
If you were 30 and you were...
Yikes.
And you were single, they were like, hey, I got a real cute dress for you, buddy.
And then a virgin had to kiss you?
Virgin had to kiss you.
So if you were a virgin and you're like, I hope I go out tonight and see the hottest dude ever wearing a dress, and I'll know that.
You're like, that's my guy.
This is my
unwed
fate.
I mean, you just had to kiss him.
It's like if the Cinderella shoe fits, except you have to put the Cinderella shoe on a 30-year-old dude in drag. Yeah. And that's your prince.
That's him. That's why they got weird porn over there. You know what I mean? That's why they got the weird stuff. Is because they're like...
Do they?
You didn't know that?
I thought weird porn comes from everywhere.
No, Germans are notorious for their weird porn. And now it makes sense because they're like throwing men in dresses and they're like, do house chores till a virgin kisses you. Now with modernity, the whole drag thing is kind of fallen away. But if you're single, 30, you drink with your buddies and you have to do like house chores and like sweep. So it's like kind of still around, but not as cool as it used to be.
Can I say something though? I think you've brought up a lot of fun birthday traditions, but I'm still gunning for America.
You think ours is the best?
You kind of get you get freedom. You get to live out the American dream. You get to eat food with zero nutritional value.
It's just... Imagine being like a foreigner in the 1800s, just got to Berlin, and you see a man dressed as a woman sweeping the city hall steps, and you're like, what the fuck is that? They're like, oh, he's waiting for a virgin to kiss him, but he can't stop until she does. And you're like, oh, all right.
I'd be like, wow.
We got to get back to wherever we came from.
They're ahead of the times, honestly.
I guess they saw it coming.
Now it's just like, I'd be like, am I in San Francisco?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I'd just be like, I'm,
just a regular day in America.
Yeah, it wouldn't be weird.
Anna's going to hate this one.
Okay.
In both Brazil and Jamaica, there is a tradition of throwing flour at a person on their birthday, known as antiquing. And in some places, they also throw eggs with the flour. So I guess you just get your flour for your cake.
So how to annoy and distress the birthday person the most?
I think that's like pretty common in a lot of birthday cultures. Surprise birthdays are kind of shitty. I think a surprise birthday is a shitty
You don't
thing.
like it? We did a surprise birthday for you one time, didn't we?
Yeah,
Me
you
and
told
Chelsea.
me. You told me that my friend was having a medical emergency and needed to be rushed to the hospital.
We
and
did.
So,
I must have liked this.
So I left work early and raced home, and then everybody was like, "Surprise! She's not dying. Happy birthday!"
Oh, we did that?
Yes.
I didn't know I forgot we did that.
That's how Chelsea called me and was like, "I'm having like kidney issues." Her kidneys have literally tried to kill her like 10 times. And she was like, "I need someone to take me to the hospital right now."
You left work early?
I was like, "I gotta get out of here, guys. I
don't remember that. Anyways, were you surprised?
Yes, I was surprised that my friend wasn't dying.
Did you have fun?
I had fun.
Did you have fun were you at least like, oh, this is kind of nice, or did you hate the whole thing?
No, it was nice. It was nice, but again,
you can tell me now. It's been long enough.
No, it was nice.
Were you mad?
I was relieved.
Okay.
Okay.
So you weren't mad.
Moving on. Anna, would you like a handful of flour in the face for your birthday this year?
No, because then the person would get a handful of diarrhea in theirs. It would be like an equal trade-off.
We'd have to do almond flour.
Like a fat celiac evacuation, just...
If you want to antique Anna, it has to be almond flour and egg whites. That's how she rolls.
Yeah, which sounds like it would get in your eyes.
So
just don't antique me, please.
In Canada, they often do a thing called getting greased, where they rub butter. You get ambushed by friends and family, and they rub butter on your nose. It's to do what? What do you think it does? Think about weddings, our wedding episode.
Protects you from demons.
It's to ward off bad luck.
Because they're just waiting in the wings. They are just ripe with lust to attack you
on your birthday, but
at any special occasion.
Imagine being a demon and you're about to ruin this guy's life, and then you go, "He's got butter smeared on his nose, guys. We're gonna have to pack it up." Pack it up.
What do they got against butter? Big butter.
So, let's do the India one. In the Indian culture, very common for you to put like brand new, super nice clothes on, and in their culture, a sign of respect is like bending down and touching people's feet. But on your birthday, you bend down and you touch your parents' feet as a way of showing respect for them, like giving you life.
Yeah, I like that.
And it is.
It's a lot of respect, and I love a culture that has a lot of respect.
So
it's admirable.
Not ours.
Not ours. We got none.
I don't think of any birthday traditions have ever been like, "Hey, thank your parents for bringing you into this world." We have things like Sweet 16 where people, like teenagers, have meltdowns that their parents didn't buy them a car that costs as much as a house.
Right.
So maybe we are the bad guys.
This is a burden I carry with me every day. Honestly.
First world problems. It's also bad luck in India to give someone a gift wrapped in black or white wrapping paper.
Because it's boring.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. They're like bored. They got more pizzazz over there.
Yeah.
So, I will talk about how
yeah.
In America they have birthday spankings.
Mm-hmm. They do.
So they have the idea of you get a spanking for like every year you have.
It's weird though.
Yeah, because my dad spanked me until I was a grown man, and it was just me and him alone. It was a weird. Speaking of which, today is my dad's birthday, so I should not forget to call him. In Italy, Argentina, and Hungary, they do ear pulls. So they come up and they tug on your ear. and you get one tug. One tug.
Just take it clean off.
Yeah, tug my ear, Daddy. I'm 30 now.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, you're in a dress.
you're single and in a dress, and your Italian father's tugging on your ear.
Now that sounds like a German porn.
Yeah, for sure. So, this is one of my favorite ones. This is the bump. And in, let me see where I'm reading.
Las Vegas.
So in
nightclub bathroom.
In Irish tradition is to grab a birthday celebrant by their hands and feet, and you flip them upside down. I think either bottom down, hopefully not tummy down, and you swing them up in the air and then bump them on the ground, one for every year, and then one for good luck.
You mean you just slam a person on the ground? You beat the shit out of someone for every year they've been alive?
If people wonder why Irish people are such hardy stock, it is because our culture is founded on alcoholism and abuse. Yeah,
that checks out.
What if you're fat? How many people do you got to get to bump you?
The whole village?
You and your friends are like, fuck, it's Rick's birthday. He's 350 pounds. It's going to take like 10 of us to bump this guy.
At that point, they might put you on one of those big sheets that everybody gets like a section of at the end, and then they just throw you up on the big sheet and slam you back down and throw you up on the big sheet. It's
like the way they rescue people from like fires in the 1930s.
Exactly, but they do let you hit the ground in this example.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. All right, well, we're fast approaching. I think we've got one. I saved the best for last.
Okay.
So the Simbari rites of passage in Papua New Guinea.
Ooh, this is going to be good.
So birthdays are usually a happy affair for children, but not so much when it happens to be a 7-year-old boy in the Simbari tribe. That's the day you'll begin your 10-year multi-step passage to adulthood. On your 7th birthday, boys are taken away from their mothers, by force if need be. Then they undergo forced nosebleeds, vomiting, and defecation to purge themselves of their mother's womanly presence.
Oh, no.
Over the following 3 years, the boys also engage in multiple such purging sessions. They're also expected to perform fellatio on other boys and older men in the tribe so that they can get their manly masculinity from the semen.
This is
this took a hard turn.
This is a psyop.
That is a tough one.
This is a I don't even know what to say. I don't even know if we should put this in here.
I don't know. That's aggressive. This is learning. We're learning. This is anthropological, so we're gonna leave it in.
I'd say maybe psychologically damaging, but
But they don't see it that way. Every single man has gone through this process in their culture. I think if you did it to me, I'd have a hard time.
I don't even know if I could really comment on this.
Well, show your feelings, and we'll cut it.
My feelings. It's like child abuse. That's my feeling. Is that I guess. I mean, obviously, from American standards, it's child abuse.
Yeah.
And
But this is a tribal. This has probably been done for hundreds of thousands of years, which is I don't know if that makes it better.
But it started with one guy having an idea.
One guy was
that guy was probably a pedophile.
We got to get the woman out of you.
But what tribe is it? Where there is a tradition where you put your hand in a glove, you like to become a man.
Oh, that's a South American tribe for the bullet ants.
Bullet ants, yeah. You turn a certain age, and then to prove your manhood, you have to put a bullet ant glove on. And apparently, the pain of that is like one of the most painful experiences. I've seen YouTubers do it.
We should do a rites of passage episode.
You mean we should actually do the rites of passage? We should do a bullet ant challenge.
Well, this is going to turn into a travel show, and me and Anna just traveling around and doing these things.
I wish. Maybe not the bullet ant thing, because I have autoimmune issues. I'd explode.
I think they did it on.
I'd implode. I'd be like.
What was it? The Wild Boys?
They did.
They did it on the Wild Boys. Mm-hmm. I remember seeing Steve-O put his hand in there and scream. Man, what a life that guy.
God bless him, though.
Happy birthday to Steve-O, whatever birthday it is. So
he's answered so many hypotheses that nobody wanted to test, which is why I love Steve-O.
He's really an explorer of the human experience.
Yeah, but he's always that guy. It's like, what would happen if you would even do this? And it's like, oh, thanks, Steve-O.
Dude, I think
he told
done
us.
It.
He's let us know.
Well,
Yeah.
you got anything? You got any birthday wishes you hope to come true? You have any birthday? Any fun birthday stories you want to wrap up with?
Birthday stories?
Yeah. What's your best birthday gift you ever got?
Best birthday gift. I don't know. I don't mean this to sound ungrateful, but I don't know if I'm necessarily a materialistic kind of person, because I appreciate gifts, but what I have carried through all the years of what I've like really remember, because I'm gonna be honest, I barely remember any of the actual material things I've ever gotten for a birthday. But what I carry through are the memories of experiences, and so usually it's if I went on a fun trip for a birthday, that's the memory that stands out. I cannot tell you what anybody got me. I do not remember, but I like doing things. I like having experiences.
You heard that, everyone. Anna doesn't remember any of your gifts. They were not.
Well, it's just the love language thing. Mine's not gifts. It's not my love language. I'm happy to give them to people. Like, I love making people happy with gifts, but it's not my love language. Like, I just don't. Stuff isn't super valuable to me. It's just stuff. It gets all on the surfaces and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I like just minimal things. I like to have experiences, and togetherness is one of my love languages.
Was Doggy a birthday gift, or was he was?
It's Christmas.
Christmas. That was a good one though.
Yeah.
Anna got my childhood stuffed animal cleaned and what's the word?
I got him like.
What's the word with an R?
Rejuvenated or refurbished or
no, but you're on the right
remodeled,
track. You know what I'm talking about.
Remastered.
Anyway,
I got him.
He had a full body makeover, and then
he had a mother makeover.
Yeah,
he just got restuffed and got cleaned and professionally restored, basically.
Well.
Yeah, you ready to do some helium?
Oh yeah.
That's how we're gonna close this out.
Yeah. We can cut them.
Burrito's not happy right now.
I'm sure this sounds great on the recording.
How did you cut yours?
Okay, let me just do this. Okay, pinch, that's right there. There you go, and then just cut that. Perfect. Don't inhale too much, because it will...
I'll pass out.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh my god, rotisserie chicken. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck
Thanks
Norris?
for tuning in, and catch us next time on Rotisserie Chicken. Okay, let's say happy birthday to count 3, eh?
Alright. Hold on, wait. Let me get a little bit more in here.
Oh my god. 1, 2.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Oh, he hated that.
Alright. Bye.
Wait, hold on. Hit it. Hit this.
Bye.